Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk about a few things today. I'm not gonna lie. I've been feeling horrible. Horrible. I've been feeling horrible. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what it is. I've just been feeling horrible. So today while I was at work, I decided to listen to one of my podcast episodes titled, Bitch, You're a Garden. Bitch, you're a garden. And it really made me just remember my power. It really did. It really just made me remember my power. And it just got me really thinking. Like, I was like, what am I really in a funk about? Like, what am I really in a funk about? And it's just like so many things are happening for me, internally, externally. So many things are just happening. It's so hard to keep track of it all. Like, it's just so hard to keep track of it all. But it's like, it's kind of frustrating. Not gonna lie, it's kind of fucking frustrating. And this, I was just talking about a lot of stuff in this episode, but the whole purpose of really that episode was that mainly that you are a garden, you know? Things take time. Things take time. And it really was like, got me thinking, like, I think a lot of the reasons is I'm frustrated is because I feel like a lot of the time, and I struggle with this a lot, even though I project this to others and I tell people this stuff, I have trouble with giving the grace that I give to others to myself sometimes. I struggle with that a lot. Like, when I be telling people, like, people will be venting to me or whatever, and I'll be like, everything takes time, nothing comes. If everything came when we wanted, let's just to be honest. If everything came when we wanted it, be for real. Be for real. Like, especially things of quality, it takes time. Like, you really are on your own timeline. So it's kind of crazy to keep comparing your story or things that you're going through in your life to other people. I really don't try to compare myself to other people, or I say I wish I had their life or whatever, because I love my life. I'm grateful for it, actually. Sometimes it get hard though. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it get hard though. But at the end of the day, I was just really feeling kind of like that. In the episode, I was just talking about how, things take time. Things of quality take time. Like, just like a garden, you gotta tend to it. You gotta cut the weeds out. There could be bad shit coming over, critters, little bitches coming to take your shit. Like anything. It really is like you're really a garden. Like, you really, sometimes you get overwatered. Sometimes you ain't even watering yourself correctly. Sometimes you're just not taking care of yourself. Sometimes you gotta go in and do the work. You gotta go in and get from the root, and you gotta do work. It takes time. Like, you could start your whole life over at 35. My sister's calling me. Okay, y'all, I'm back. She ain't even want nothing for real. She just wanted to see what I was doing. But anywho, as I was saying earlier, like, I was just listening to that episode at work, and it really just reminded me of my own power, and just like how everybody go through their own life. So it's kind of crazy to compare your own timeline to somebody else's. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I get it though. I get comparing, like, oh, I get it. I get it though. Trust me. I get it though. But like, wanting to, like, you, and it's really hard actually. It's actually really hard to not do that, but it's really easy actually to can want to, like, compare your lives to somebody else's, especially in this day and age. Everybody be on social media posting this and that, and all the money they got, and all the houses they got and all the cars they got. So it can be really easy to be like, dang, I wish that was me, or dang, da 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 da. But who knows what they did to get there? Honestly, I wouldn't even want to be into that. Who knows what they did to get there? Hey, I ain't judging you, but who knows? Like, really never really know that shit. So, you can't really compare your own timeline to somebody else's. And I'm honestly saying this message for myself because I struggle with this from time to time. Like, dang, I wish I was doing this for myself. And dang, I wish I was doing this for myself. But when I think about it, I'm actually doing pretty fucking good for myself. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no kids. Hey, I'm doing pretty good for myself. I often forget that because, like I said, it's just so easy to be like, dang, this person got an apartment and they 19 and they doing all of this. Like I said, who knows what they did to get there? So it's just something I struggle with myself, actually. And I'm trying to get out of that pattern of constantly comparing my life to other people's, or where the progress in my life to other people's progress, because it's redundant, and it's all divine timing. Like, if you believe anything in this life, believe in divine timing. Believe in it. Believe in it. And you want to know what's so crazy? I actually really want to stop saying crazy, because I was talking to Tyrone about this, and she was like, I don't believe in coincidence. I was like, wait, because I don't think I do either. I don't think I believe in coincidences either. Like, everything is divine timing. I believe that solely. Like, and just looking at my life and seeing me go through my life, because I didn't even think I'd make it here. I'm about to be 20. Like, bitch, you're getting older. I'm about to be 20. Who would have thought? Certainly not me. Divine timing. Divine timing. I believe in this so bad. I believe in it so bad, for real. It's just like, Tyrone was just like, I don't believe in coincidences. It's just like crazy. And I keep saying crazy. I don't want to say crazy no more, because it's not crazy. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. But it's so fucking crazy, because I'm realizing all this shit is like, it's actually working out for me. I'm actually really not realizing all of this shit. It might not look like it, but it's actually working out for me. It's actually working out for me in every way. And I don't want to say crazy, but it's crazy. It's insane. It's like, dang. Wow. This is looking up. Like, it's great. It's faded. It's faded. And I was saying this earlier, because when I was recording this, I didn't say this earlier, but I literally was having deja vu. I literally was having deja vu as I was recording this. Like, I felt this. I felt like I said this shit before. I felt like I said and I seen this version of me before when I was younger. It's actually so freaking faded. It's actually so freaking faded. But it's really all divine timing. Like, that rejection you got, or that job you did get, it's all divine timing. Like, everything is going to always work out for you. Promise. Believe that. Believe that. If you don't believe anything else, believe that. If you take nothing else from this video, believe that. Because it's like really so hard to get wrapped up in your bullshit. I actually don't know if I said this on a previous video, or I just thought this. But I remember saying this to somebody. I don't remember who. But I was saying how I think I've just been feeling horrible lately, because I feel like I'm going through a transformation right now. I don't know what it's leading to, but I know it's something's happening behind the scenes. I'm just watching it happen. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm just watching it happen. I've just like I said previously, I feel like there's like always this line. Like this I don't want to say line. It's like there's always this moment in my life where it's like I'm getting tested or something. It's like always something like that. And it's like once I realize this is the test and I see myself passing it, it's like that's the transformation in itself. Like when I see what I'm actually learning from this, or when I see what I'm actually gaining from being held back from something, or when I see what I'm actually gaining. So it's like I'm in life, I'm never losing. Like that's crazy. Like I'm never losing at all. At all. I really gotta stop saying that's crazy because it's not even crazy. It's real shit. I'm never losing. So just think about that. This is really, I was saying this for me because I've been feeling like this for like the past few days, and I just really I needed to get myself out of this. I couldn't see myself like this no more. I was like, bitch, I don't know what's going on, but this shit need to stop right now. And now that I'm sitting here talking to myself, and I'm just like, yes. And y'all, like, it's fated for real. If you believe in anything else, believe in divine timing. For real. Oh, y'all. And I also wanted to talk about how I'm literally about to be 20. So you're getting older. And it's kind of scary though, I'm getting older. Not even kind of. It is scary getting older. Like, I've never been this age before and I only get to do it once. That's crazy. I only get to do it once? I've never done this before. Because when you really think about it, life is still new to me. It's still new to you. I'm just trying to be the best version of me. It's really crazy. Like, so I'm getting older, now what? You know some really good coming of age albums too? Number 1, Control. SZA. That album is just like, it's really like your transition from like your adolescence, from your like your teenage years to like you becoming a fucking functional adult in society. And it's real, like, especially the deluxe Control. Oh. Especially the deluxe. That's a good coming of age album. Blonde by Frank Ocean. I feel like that's a good coming of age album. I also feel like Chanel is a good coming of age album, especially if it feel like it's like you're going through your first coming of age albums, like your first relationships, your first breakup. Like that's kind of literally what it feel like. Chanel. It's like you going through your first. That's like, you know, I don't know. That one, I feel like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That's a good coming of age album, especially like when you're reaching a certain level of consciousness and you like that frontal lobe start to develop, and it's like, whoa. Because at the end of the day, nothing actually really matters, but everything does. Let's get into that. Nothing even matters, except it does. It does. Everything matters. Everything, everywhere, all at once. It all matters. And I think my teacher taught me this. My teacher taught me this actually, which is, oh my God. I don't want to say this is crazy, but my teacher taught me this. He was like, even though it seemed like a lot of this stuff is on earth is like insignificant and like dull, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a purpose here. And I was like, whoa. That kind of hit. Because I think I was asking him about mosquitoes. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why mosquitoes even exist? Or, I don't know, some insect, actually. And I was asking him why does these things exist. Oh, anteaters. I was asking him why anteaters exist. He was saying anteaters exist. Um, I don't know why he said they exist, but he said one of the things that anteaters do is they eat like insects, like ticks or whatever. The anteater thing, right? Overall, he said that the anteaters eat insects or whatever, and the insects help control like they say. I think he said they can eat up to a couple thousand of insects like per day. So, and he said like the insects can like that can like troll the insect population. I don't know, but it just really made me think like there's no one thing that you know isn't purposeful, isn't in life. Like there's nothing that isn't done without having purpose. If that makes sense. I don't know. It also kind of like alluded to the thought like that, yeah, I actually am getting older and I find more things in life are purposeful. Like I find doing things with more intent is more purposeful than just to be doing stuff, I guess. Like that's why I think when you get older, you kind of get selective with the people you hang around. Like I've been noticing that about myself lately too. And this is the other day I was talking to my mom and I was like, sometimes I wish I went to different schools or whatever. And she asked me why. I was like, I feel like I would have more friends. Because sometimes I often find myself um just saying I wanted more friends, and I actually do. I think people should get to know me. I'm really actually a wonderful person. You should have me on your team. I'm not gonna lie. If you're on my if I'm on your team, you set for life. Like I'm just saying. But anyway, I just kind of sort of find myself saying like, "Oh, I wish I had more friends to do things with." When in reality, I'm actually cool with my little friend group I have now. I love them. Super proud of them. Super proud of them. I love them. Like, I see that's like why people say like when you get older you could become more selective about the people you hang around. I'm actually glad I have them around me. I got that tarot reader. She said you have a good group of friends. She was like, you have a good group of friends. Like, y'all are it for each other. But I was like, yes, I know that already. But yes. But it's just helped me do a lot more things with intention. Like I think a lot of people just start to live life without no intention, and it's you gotta have intent with every single thing you do. Like I feel like a lot of people move without no intent, and it can make them feel lost and not meaningful in life, which is not the case. You are actually meaningful. You just don't have no intent when you're doing this. You don't have no purpose when you're doing this. I want some cherries. I want some cherries. I think I might get some cherries after this. Anywho, I guess what I'm really trying to say is that like I think as I got older, and I sort of seen this change in myself. I'll probably say when I became 19. Actually, I think different ages in life, like you learn different things. Like I think when I was 16, I I learned that truly not everybody is for you. Not everybody is for you. You got to remember that. Not everybody is meant to be in your energy. Not everybody is meant to be in your circle. Not everybody is meant to come into your life to do good. Some people just have bad intentions. That sucks for them because I don't doubt that you're a wonderful person. I don't doubt that I'm a wonderful person. Some people just come into shit with bad intent. So it's really good that I learned to be selective with the people in my life. I want to say around 17, I learned. I'm trying to think when I was 17. I want to say when I was 17, I think I learned that it's okay to be vulnerable. I think I learned that for myself. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to show your vulnerability. Like, you do not have to hide that. I just kind of grew up in that mindset that I don't have to live like that. Mainly because I saw the people around me. I grew up with people around me like not really showing their emotions or not really talking about it. It was just like everything just kind of got brushed over. So I just was like, fuck it. That's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna learn I would do what I see. Like, what? I think 17, I just really learned that no, you have big emotions. It's okay to let them show. It just wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping me to keep everything in. It made me depressed and it made me be anxious all the time. Like, it ruined my life trying to be somebody I'm not. And I don't never want to live life like that. I don't never want to live life reverting back to somebody who does not fit me. Like, I don't want to live my life like that. I always want to live my life trying to be the present me. Like, I don't want to live a life being a past me. I want to be a present me. So I think I just learned that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay to cry. It's okay to do whatever the hell you need to process an emotion. Like, you don't have to hide all of this shit. In a world make it seem like you gotta hide all this shit. I don't ever give a fuck. I don't. I have big emotions and I can't hide this shit. Somebody gonna know how the fuck I feel. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're listening or not. Somebody gonna know. The wall, this computer, somebody's gonna know how I feel. I don't give a fuck. I want to say 18, I learned that life is really beautiful. And life is magnificent, actually. It really is something. Like, it's crazy that I'm here and I get to experience it. In my perspective, it's crazy that I'm here to do that. And divine timing. It's divine timing. It's crazy that I'm here to do that. It's crazy that I'm here to do that. I really like learned life is beautiful. And I learned at 18, I learned two things. That life is beautiful. I'm pretty sure when I was 15, 14, 13, I learned that life is fucking hard. Like, I learned life is fucking hard. But when I was 18, I learned that anything easy, anything that is hard, what the hell am I trying to say? I don't even know. I think I just really learned that life is hard at them ages. But I think at 18, I really just learned that life is beautiful, one. And I think when I learned that, this weight was kind of lifted off me. It kind of felt like I wasn't carrying the pressures of outside people's opinions, perspectives, how they perceive me. I just think when I realized that, like, all this weight got lifted off me, and I just became extremely grateful for everything. I just really became extremely grateful for everything. I'll never forget that either, because I remember that the exact moment that extreme wave of gratefulness hit me, I called my grandmother and she was like, "We made it," and I was like, "Quit playing." I remember that exact moment, and I think that's what I learned at 19. Or wait, was that when I was 19? I'm trying to remember when I called my grandmother. Yeah, I think I was still 18. Yeah, I was still 18. Okay. So 19. Oh, okay. This was difficult. 19, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think. 19. I think I really learned 19 is like you have to work on yourself. You have to. You have to want better for yourself. You have to. You have to. You have to. Not to make it sound like a chore or whatever, but you have to care about yourself. You have to do those things. Cuz if not you, then who? Seriously. People, people, they can be flippy floppy, whatever. Whatever the case may be. But you have to work on yourself, because when you work on yourself, you have a huge understanding and knowledge of yourself. Bitch, good. Like, fuck a friend. You the friend. You the friend of mama, the daddy, sister, brother, whatever. When you have that knowledge and understanding of yourself, it's crazy. I gotta stop saying crazy. Gotta stop saying crazy. I was on TikTok at work earlier. And, at work, I'm not gonna lie, because I really be the only one at work. I talk to myself a lot, but I feel like at work, I talk to myself. Um, I probably talk to myself a lot more since I really be the only one there. I talk to myself a lot more at work. Plus, I have more time to think. I sit outside more at work, and I'm not really on my phone a lot at work. So I have more time to just like sit and talk to myself. But when I did um, go to work today, I was on TikTok, and the first video that popped up on my TikTok, because I was telling y'all, I just felt really weird. I just felt really weird, and I just been feeling this transformation happening. And it's like whenever I'm going through a transformation, it's like I'm really being tested on the faith in myself. It's like, do you really believe that? Do you trust yourself? Like, if you don't trust yourself, you aren't going to be able to do a lot of things in this life. I'm not going to lie. Like, you may be able to do them, but you won't probably be happy doing them, or you'll probably always just be second guessing yourself, which is kind of what I was just in the situation of doing. And if it's like, if you can just second guess yourself so quick and it's so instantly, then how are you going to have faith and trust in others? Or, if you can't do a lot of the things you expect in others, how are you gonna, how are you gonna function, sis? I don't know. But anyway, that's just kind of how I was feeling. Okay, and the first video, and I was talking about my grandma actually when this happened. This is what I said, divine timing. I was talking about my grandma when this video popped up. And the first video that popped up was this lady talking. It was this lady talking. And she reminded me of my grandma so much. It was crazy. And I had to repost it, because I was like, this is crazy.
Live each day doing the best you can. And remember that after a while, you know what you'll say? And it came to pass.
And it came to pass. Because this is exactly something my grandmother would say to me, like, to a T. Like, my grandmother was probably the one person on this earth who made me feel secure and safe and at peace. Like, I really found a lot of my peace in my grandmother and just talking to her, and so when I saw this, I was like, this is exactly something she would say to me right now. Because I call my grandmother a lot, so I would just call her up and be like, sis, and this is exactly what she would say to me. So I kind of took that as like a sign, divine timing. I took that as a sign. And that was the last video I liked on TikTok. I had to get off that app because I thought I was about to cry. But I had to get off that app. And I also, this lady right here. Hold on. I don't know, y'all. I can't find a video, but I've been really into astrology lately. Okay, I've been um analyzing my chart and like going through it. Okay, like I know the degrees, I know what's in each house. Like I've been going through it. Okay, and I really think people actually should get into astrology more. Um, I really do think people should get into astrology more. Um, that's just what I'm gonna say. Okay, because I'm not gonna lie, but this shit is tea. This shit is tea, like tea to it. Tea. And I've also been getting into numerology as well. I've just been dibbling dabbling in those two things. I've come to find out that my life path number is a 22, which means I am a master builder, which basically essentially means that I have the power to make my dreams into reality. I have that power. Like I can bring my manifestations to light. I can make that shit real. I've never really doubted that for me. Like I kind of already knew I had that in me. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold you. I kind of knew I had that in me. But it's nice to have it affirmed. Guess so. That's basically what it means. But I think also when it, like me researching on that, it said that I have the power to, with that power, it said I have a power to have basically almost everything I want and live life happiness, blah, blah, blah. Or I can have the power to cause my own downfall. Like a lot of the people with the life path number 22 kind of struggle with the sense of acting on what they want to do. And I've sensed that in myself too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I be having a lot of great ideas a lot of the time. I write them down, I get things going, but I always end up stuck on actually following through. Or it's like I go do it. It's like I have the lack of the consistency. I guess that's what I'll say. Because I want to do everything I say I'm gonna do. It's just the lack of consistency. Like I'll work on it for a few months, I come back, whatever. Work on it for a few months, blah blah, whatever. It was just the lack of that consistency, and it's basically saying you have the power to be good and do this great stuff in your life, or you have the power to be the your downfall. So what you gonna do? You think I'm about to destroy me? Hell no, I'm about to get the fuck up. You think I'm about to... You had me at the other... I'm like the other plan. It's like you can either have this or... I'm like, or... Get the fuck out of here. That was just really interesting. Also, with the astrology, and just getting to know your houses, I feel like whenever I had a better... I feel like I have a good understanding of me. Like I know myself ridiculously well. But I feel like with this astrology, it affirmed why I feel a lot of the things I do, or I feel resonated to someone, or like I like it, like or I take a liking to someone. I feel like those things kind of always lined up. Which is, I don't want to say crazy, but stated. And I was going, when you have talks with yourself like this, you have to not be scared to ask yourself these questions. And sometimes I'll be scared because I don't know what I'm going to say. But I was talking to myself. And I was asking myself, I was like going through like the men I've dealt with, the people I've dealt with, dating wise or whatever. And I was like, what initially attracted to me to these people? I need to know. Because it obviously hasn't worked out with none of them. Obviously hasn't worked out with none of them. Not saying that it was all like on them, and well, some of them, for sure. But um, not trying to just put everything on them. It just really made me think, like, what initially attracted me to you? Like, what did I see that you could do for me? Like, was it just, I don't know. Like, I was just asking myself this, and I feel like the few people I was really getting more serious with were, I was just noticing some similarities between them, and I was like, wait, they kind of both lacked emotional intelligence, and I was like, is this my daddy issues coming out? Like, I was like, is this my daddy issues coming out? Please don't let it be. I had to sit here and I really had to ask myself, they really both lack um, emotional intelligence. And when I really got down to, like, what did you, like, what are you actually, what do you mean by lacking emotional intelligence? What do you mean by that? They didn't match my level of emotional maturity. I feel like I was one of those kids who had to grow up at a young age. And I am. I was one of those kids. I was just like more mature than most. Like, you will hear this from, like, a lot of people in my family, or they be like, "Oh, I don't expect that of you. That's pretty mature. I don't do that of you. That's pretty mature." Because if you look at me, then you look at my um counterparts in my family, it's like, wow. A lot of people be saying that to me, and I'd be like, well, that don't mean nothing. I mean, like, what that mean? Like, it don't mean nothing. But it's like, I'm kind of mature than most. I'm kind of emotional mature than most, and I actually take the time to communicate with myself and try not to put that on people, because it's not really your fault or anything while I'm putting this on you. But I was asking myself that, like, what do these men have in common? Because it has to be a common denominator. Like, I can't just be out here picking them willy-nilly. Or am I? Like, I was just really like, am I picking these niggas willy-nilly? Like, am I just being silly? What the fuck am I doing? But there was a common denominator in both these men. They kind of were just, like, emotional, immature, and intelligent, and I saw past versions of myself in them, and I did not want to. It was scary. Like, no, hell no. I saw past me's in them, and I was like, why do I want to be with a past me? Why would I want to talk to a past me? Like, I would love to talk to a past me, because if I had to acknowledge a present me now, I'd just go and give sis, like, a good day, like, because you deserve it. I'd go take you on a date, take you somewhere, wherever you want to go. You deserve it. I just had to insert this real quick, because I was editing this, and I had a new thought just came into my head. I think also what initially drew me to them is because I saw past versions of me in them. So I like me seeing the past version of me. I was like, let me help you out, sis. That was just the helper in me. Like, I think that's initially what drew me to them. But a lot of the times, I think we be forgetting that, like, people have to go through their own shit to get to where they got to get to. And as much as you want to help, and as much as you want to be the people pleaser and help people, sometimes they actually got to go through that shit on their own. I don't know what to help. I don't know what to tell you, sis. But sometimes you got to let people mature on their own timing. You can't rush other people's time. You can't rush other people's timeline. That's really so hard for me to understand too. Like, sometimes people, I don't even want to say that they're behind, or because I don't doubt that they will gain that maturity, but me being at the place that I am, I always want to, I don't know, I don't want to say I always, but I want to meet people in that bracket, but sometimes it's just not going to cut it, and sometimes I'm not. And I got to be okay with that. Like, I got to be okay, well, they're not at this part yet. We'll come back to this later and move on. Sometimes you just got to move on. But I think that's what initially just drew me to these people. Like, I saw past versions of me in them, so I wanted to help them out, and I wanted to be them. I wanted to be the relationship to help them. Like, I didn't want to be in a relationship to gain something from each other. I wanted to just solely be in it because I saw past versions of me, and I wanted to help you. Because you're a past version of me, I want to help you, sis. But you gotta let it play out. You gotta let it play out. You gotta let it play out. You gotta let people learn for themselves. That's crazy. But it was like, I know the headspace I was in the past, and I know how emotional immature I was in the past, hiding everything, not being communicative, just, I had a lot of distrust in myself, and I saw that in them, and it eventually led to a breaking of a lot of relationships, because it was like you have a lot of distrust in yourself, and you're placing that on others, and they was placing that on me, and I'm like, hold on, we good over here. We good over here. So when I saw them past version of me's, and I was like, you gotta, we gotta go. Like, I don't want to be with a past version of me, because mentally that wasn't the best me. Is it mentally the best me right now? No, but it was better than her. So yeah, I actually do think I'm doing pretty okay mentally. I mean, I have my days, but I'm definitely doing better than I was 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I've just been realizing that's a lot of stuff as I get older. I've just been realizing a lot of stuff as I get older. It's like, it's actually good to be selective of the people you have in your circle. So I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think it's really good to be protective and intentional with the things you do. I do. I think it's silly for you to compare your timeline to somebody else's. I do. I do struggle with that a lot, and I really want to work on that. You should never do that. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's timeline is different. That's what makes life so crazy. It's unique to everyone. It's literally unique to everyone. That whole NPC shit is funny though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I call a lot of y'all NPCs. I'm not gonna lie, but I know y'all got y'all own life. It's crazy to think about it because I'm not living it, but I know y'all got your own life. But I'ma still call y'all NPCs too. But I fuck with y'all NPCs because sometimes I be engaging with y'all. I told my sister this is literally just like a real life sim. This is real life Sims. We are all Sims. I believe a lot of stuff. I was watching The Matrix the other day. This doesn't really pertain to anything, but I was just like, whoa, this shit is dope. Anywho, that was just kind of what I wanted to touch on for today. I hope you enjoy the video. If you're new to my channel, hey, hope you stay. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. Shout out to you. You's a real one. And I hope y'all have a cool, great day. I think I'm about to go get some cherries because I wanted some cherries earlier. I definitely didn't forget that. I forget a lot of things, but if I'm hungry, I'm gonna get some fruit. And then I think I'm about to watch Reba. It's hard for me to watch Reba. I'm not gonna lie. They was all playing the Reba face. I would have been put hands on people. They was all playing in Reba face. I would have been put hands on people. Don't even get me started on Barack. Barbara Jean is like, I would have been did something with her. But Brock, don't even get me started, bro. This is why you also should be selective of the people you choose to have kids with.